All right, I'm here with Ren Thomas, here with Dan, Brian, and Eric. Ren, you had a big event this weekend. I texted you, and I was like, well, the Yankees suck. Our Saturday nights were shot because of that, or was it Friday night? I don't remember. And you had posted that you were on URL, which, like, Dan, once again, you don't. URL is no shot to like King of the Dot or Rare Breed. URL is like the pinnacle from when we were younger, the Smack DVD days. Like, you made it to URL. It's like, wow, like, holy shit, I kind of made it as a battle rapper. And I know you gave up battling for a little. So, like, how did it happen? Explain that.
So Lex Luthor, who he owns iBattle now, and he's been battling for a long time. So when I was in Grind Time, he was like a new kid on the scene. Mm-hmm. So like we kind of like, you know, brought him into like, you know, the New York scene, and he hung around us, and kind of like, I don't want to call myself a mentor or anything like that. I was just like, you know, a guy who would like listen to his bars and, you know, tell him what I thought and all that. And we became cool. And over the years, my first tour, the first time I toured, he was living out in Canada, and I performed in Toronto, and he came to the show. So we've like always kind of loosely kept in contact and stuff. And recently, URL is doing some kind of new thing where they bring in like scouts almost. So to try to like bring in new guys. So like my quarrel with the battle scene is basically they have, let's say, probably 100 battle rappers, and they just recycle them throughout. You know what I mean? There's no like, it kind of turned into the music industry where there's no like artist development. There's no bringing in new guys type shit like that. So URL is actually trying to do that. Right. So Lex got a job there doing that and hit me up out of the blue. So he was like, yo, you want to do a URL? And I was like, meh, not really. And he was like, because, you know, I don't want to try out for nothing. I don't want to be like, you know, I've battled, I've done all that. I make music now. It's my main thing. So like, when he asked me if I wanted to do it, I was kind of like on the fence about it. And then he started talking about they're doing a television show and there was some money involved and stuff like that. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. Why not? You know, and it was Corona. So I'm like, what am I doing? I'm just kind of like sitting around making music and doing nothing. So yeah, I could concentrate my time on writing some bars for somebody. And then he was like, you won't know who your opponent is, which was really weird. So I had to write like a broad, and it was two 90-second rounds. So like I said I was down, and he was like, all right, let's do it. So, you know, then I ended up getting there, and people were like, yo, I can't believe you're here. You're like a legend. And I was like, what? Like, I'm not a legend. I'm just a fucking guy who used to battle. And they're like, no, people like really talk about you still in the scene. I was like, oh, damn, that's kind of wild. But basically, the Smack and them were like, yo, Lex, if you think you could get people that because Lex was like, yo, we need to get actual artists to come battle, right? Like, he thinks that is the next wave of like getting people who are like not just battle rappers to jump back in the ring or to jump in the ring at all, and smacking them threw my name out. And he was like, yo, I know him. And they were like, yeah, sure. Like, you're not going to be able to get him. Right. And then Lex hit me, and I was like, yeah, all right, I guess I'm down. And when I showed up, they were like, holy shit, you're actually here.
Usually how far in advance do you like know the people that you're actually battling, though?
Usually, so it depends. Like, I'm kind of removed from the scene now, but usually, like back in the day, you used to get about like a month to a month sometimes. Like, now I guess sometimes they do 2 months. Sometimes they do like a couple of weeks. They basically told me that I was going to battle like 3 weeks like 2 weeks before the battle I started writing. And, you know, I wasn't sure how I was going to do. And, you know, I started to kind of question myself as well. I was like, am I still like, you know, as good as I used to be? Because, you know, I was undefeated for all these years. And then I was like, damn, like, what if I go back and I'm, you know, my pen's not as sharp, and like went back and then got Battle of the Night and, you know, like really, really went crazy. Yeah. Like battling does something different than music does for me. Still to this day, it like makes me feel alive because it's so it's like this is gonna live forever and you can't fuck up at all, and like it has to be perfect. And you know, like even before, like right before I go inside the battle that day, I'm going over my bars, I was still like fumbling a little bit on some of them, and then went in, and as soon as I was like, yeah, boom, like everything just went off flawlessly. And I was like, Jesus Christ, like I guess I am still built for this. You know what I mean?
Well, like you said, though, you were unsure that your pen was going to be sharp. I've reached the point, I didn't join a league since 07. I couldn't do it now. My bars just, like the timing now, the schemes are so much different from when you stopped, man. Like they're so in depth. Like I watch these battles and I'm just like, I couldn't think of this anymore. Like it's so like, it kind of reminds me of how Cameron used to rap with like the Beechwood Ave, Beechwood grab type shit. And we all used to like clown him.
Hula hands.
Right. We used to clown him for that, but like, and this is not a knock on a guy like Chilla Jones. He like has those type of schemes, and that's where the whole bring it back type stuff started happening. Right. That's a lot of pressure, man. That is.
I guess going in and being like, you know what, I'm not gonna let what's happening now in battle rap determine what I'm gonna do. Because you know, my second round was I had those moments where like I was setting up the haymaker. But my first round was like literally just me rapping, but like with the kind of bars that I would put in a song, but just directing them at somebody. And the guy I battled was phenomenal too. His name was Black Rolak, another rapper from Jersey. And so the way that this worked, they had 24 MCs and 6 guys moved on to the next round.
So like with like not knowing like who you're going to be battling, were you adding like things in like last minute, or was it like anything like ad libs?
I started to, and then when they told us that we weren't actually battling each other, so like you were battling for a spot on Smack. Okay. Like me and the guy I battled both got picked.
Oh, so you like weren't? It wasn't like a bracket,
a face off.
It's now it's going to be a tournament. So like what they did, like 24 from the north, 24 from the south, 24 from the west, 24 from the east, and break it down into 6 from each.
So it's kind of like what King of the Dot's doing at the Grand Prix right now.
Kind of. I don't really know what they're doing. Like I said, I'm like kind of removed and I don't pay attention.
Right. That's really cool. What is there anyone that you saw there that is in the same boat as you that you know like kind of gave it up for a little bit, or were they all relatively like guys you know?
These were all guys that were like I didn't know, but they were like the new generation of guys. So it was weird. I felt like an old man around a bunch of kids.
But they also like showed a lot of respect for you, though. I mean, that's pretty cool.
I mean, I was the only white dude out of the 24 guys, and like I felt like slightly out of place at one point. Like everybody was kind of like looking at me like, who the fuck is this? You know, this white dude, this fat redheaded white dude who's like over there in the corner. And then I go in and I end up, you know.
They're like, excuse me, set the camera up over there, sir.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Because of all the battling people that we've had on, I don't know why I've never asked this question. I've always wanted to know too. Let's say all circumstances are regular. You get like you get that month window where you get to write. And you know your opponent. What's your process? And then the second part of that is what is your process now when you only had like the 2 weeks to do it?
So if like for the next one, my process would be probably to watch a little bit of video on the guy, and then I'll watch what they do. I won't watch what any of their opponents did against them. Just because I don't want my mind to absorb some kind of like scheme or angle that somebody else used. I kind of want to like, you know, if I think the person looks like somebody or I want to, you know, diss them in this way, then I'm going to figure out my own way to do it. That would be first. And then I don't know. My writing process for battling is so much different than it would be for music. You know what I mean? Like usually when I'm like writing to a beat or whatever, I let the beat kind of dictate where I'm gonna go with the music, with my vocals and shit. But with a battle, it's kind of like I get these ideas and then I construct them, and then if they do this thing to like my stomach where they like tighten it into a knot when I say the right thing. It's very strange, but for this, I kind of wrote it like I'm gonna talk about like I had some punchlines that like I've thought were dope for years that I could use in a battle, but like didn't have anybody to battle. So, like, I tucked some of them, and then I said, like, a line where I was like, I'm just getting shit off my chest, like, Odell Beckham, you know, like, shit like that, where it was like, you know, like, relative to what's going on in the world type shit. And then, you know, just like my own flavor, like, I was jokey, but I was also aggressive. And then I threw in a bunch of gun bars because it's smack, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck else am I going to do? So, you know, and then, I just practiced my ass off, and then the night before, like, my girl just sat across from me like this, like, spit him, and like made rap for her, and was just like, that's trash, like, do it again, you know, and it really got me like prepared. That's awesome. But like,
if only you knew I lived near you earlier, I could have been your battle punching bag, and you could have just dissed me. I could have just came over and this guy and abused for weeks.
And you would have loved every second of it too, you masochist.
Scott's crying. Your girl's like, chin up, Scott. Chin up. Come on, bud.
It would have been great too. You know, you're gonna watch this guy's battles. It'd be great if he watched this show and disses all four of us. Poor Dan just gets annihilated. You were on a podcast with some fucking dork from DC. And then Dan just starts crying.
It was definitely dope though, man. Because like, you know, like you were saying, like, I never had aspirations really to be on Smack. You know, like King of the Dot was kind of like my aim at one point. And then once I didn't end up there and music kind of popped for me, and I touch on the whole thing through in the battle. I'm like, I was there for Grind Times, High Tide in 09 in New York. I was the one they brought in for the prize fights. My music popped. I sat with labels at tables and signed lines and went from underground battle rapper to television in prime time. So this return ain't got nothing to do with money. Believe me, I'm fine, but Corona fucked up my tour dates and I ain't have nothing better to do with my time. You know what I mean? So like I touched on like, yo, I'm just here because I want to be. And it doesn't like, yo, I don't care about being a battle rapper. But the thing is I can be. So like, you know what I mean? Like it was very, very different.
I know that Smack didn't release it yet because it's on URL.tv. I can't wait till he hears that and sues me and makes me blank everything out. Just like messages me, you better delete that. We don't give out free shit here.
That's great publicity though.
Yeah.
It was cool though, man. Like, you know what? Everybody there, and I didn't hear all the guys battle and shit, but a lot of the new guys, they have the same style. So like they're just like they are Tay-Rock, but you know they're different, or they're you know nobody has that style that like my multi-syllabics in this battle were crazy. You know what I mean? And it was almost like half of the time I felt like I should have been on King of the Dot, and then half of the time I sounded like a Smack dude. You know what I mean? So
I was going to ask you that because in 06 and 07, you had a lot of Ilmac Thesaurus copycats. A lot. Like, who's the one dude, like you mentioned Tay-Rock, like, who's like the guy you think that you go, oh, he sounds just like that? Is it Tay-Rock now? I mean, I don't watch as much as I used to.
I don't watch any of the newer guys, but just from the couple of events that I've popped out to, yeah, they copy Surf or Tay-Rock, or a lot of guys now they copy New Jersey Twerk.
Twerk, yeah. Who, by the way, is he all right? I know he like got in a car crash.
He got in a car accident. I think he's all right. I actually, right before Corona happened, I did a strip club walkthrough with him. And,
what I have that. I don't know if your girls. I don't know if your fiance did, but like, what constitutes?
No, she had to work. She was mad she couldn't come.
It sounds like a great job. Yep, there's naked women everywhere. Yep, check.
What constitutes a walk?
Oh, so they give me free bottles and they give me money to throw, and then they put my name on the flyer.
Oh,
and then they pay me to be there. So
that sounds fun.
That sounds like the best thing.
I'd probably get popular and get some lame shit like a Museum of Natural History walk, like where I hand out like tickets to the 3D shark show.
TruExact for one day only.
1 hour only.
It sucked because when Corona happened, I had 3 more that I was supposed to do that this guy had booked me for.
I would have went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does suck.
Well, my girl's cool. She comes to the strip club with me and shit. So.
Well, that's good. At least, you probably give her the alcohol, right? I was here, have a bottle, sit down while I go throw free money on people. So.
Yeah, but if you look at it though, it's not like you're going there to like bullshit. You're getting paid. It's like a job.
Right.
You know?
No, but even before I ever got paid to go, we would go together and shit and hang out.
It's true love right there.
Yeah.
Those girls are getting paid. Why are we jealous?
Yeah.
Power couple right there.
Girl that does that, I'm like, you're so insecure. Who cares? She's at fucking work.
And they're athletic as shit. I mean, you gotta.
I always look in. Wow, I'm so unathletic and like like a problem.
That's how I feel when I watch Magic Mike.
I like athletes.
Yeah.
I've never seen Magic Mike. Is it good?
Yeah, I've never seen it either.
Movie.
Dude,
you know Channing Tatum's whole dance.
I know his whole fucking. I know his whole measurements. Are you kidding me? That's
terrible. It's even worse.
That's Scott's M&M tattoo. It's not Marshall.
There's some movies and some men that you watch on TV and like like Diana's watching. You feel so. It's like I feel so
aroused
that she's. Yeah, like Magic Mike, Channing Tatum's dancing. Now, I have to just look and say, I'm sorry I don't have that body.
Like, babe, it's getting hot in here. We got the heat on.
This is coming from the guy who said that Captain America is too good looking.
Captain America is too good looking. It doesn't make sense. It makes Ren, let's be honest here. I know we're veering off topic here, but I could cut this in 2 episodes.
No, it's fine.
Captain America, it's not sensible. It's not fair that someone's that good looking and he gets superpowers.
Because America is that fucking good. Appreciate
America. Scott hates America.
I just said this the other day that I thought he was one of the best looking guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And guess what? He had a leaked dick pic that I've been trying to find for the past month.
Yeah, I got. Right here.
They're all gonna be.
Hold on, we gotta pause.
He lifts his sweatshirt up.
So he posted it on his Instagram story by accident.
Oh no, I didn't see that, but I read about it. I was too late to the party. Damn it, too late to the party. No, but that's cool, Red. Hey, this was like I'm happy you texted us to come on, though. I'm glad, I'm in shit on this. So, I mean, we could get into some other stuff if you wanted, but what's next with the battle? Do you know when you're battling?
They said around January. So, yeah, it's a little bit of time. So it gives me enough time to finish my album. And then,
Was there, like, anything, like, coming back into it that you're like, oh, this is, like, kind of, like, new and fresh? Like... Or is it all kind of the same old?
It's different because I'm used to grind time, to be honest with you. Like I'm used to knowing everybody, and like Poison Pen came out just to see me, and Swave Sever came, and a bunch of guys that like found out I was battling and showed up to show love, and like that's super dope because those guys are legends to me, you know what I mean? And for them to come out and be like, yo, we're here to support you, we fuck with you, you're our guy. So, like that means a lot. But, back in the day it was a tight-knit group of guys who all kind of, we kind of rode for each other. And, if you watch a lot of the battles, we're all standing behind each other when somebody's battling somebody else from, a different state or whatever. So like, it was definitely different, and you know, it's also COVID, so like, you know, they bring the two rappers in and you battle in the room, and it's just the staff and the judges. So like it wasn't like, you know, a room full of people where like some of the shit that I said could have shook a room, you know what I mean? And like it was weird because you kind of, you know, when I'm writing, I'm thinking, yo, the crowd's gonna go crazy here, so I'm gonna have to take a break, right, and then recatch my bars. But it was none of that. It was kind of just kept going through. But there was reaction, like the judges and shit were like banging on the tables when we were saying dope shit. So, you know, it's definitely like the atmosphere is totally different. But you know, once, you know, I come from battling at Kane frat parties and shit like that. So like, you know, I feel like I can adapt to any environment. And you know what? It really showed me that like, yo, I still got this shit. Like, bro, like. I don't know. At one point, I was like, "Yo, battle rap is cool," but my ultimate goal was to get people to listen to my music by hearing a battle or something like that. So now, seeing like, all right, I have a fan base. My ultimate goal now is to do both and to be great at both. You know what I mean? Because like, if I could battle, and people know I can make good music. So like, if I could come back and run through the scene and maybe take a shot at a title or whatever the fuck it is, you know what I mean? Like, why not? You know, like I'm only 32, like, and a lot of these guys, their pens aren't as good as mine, and that's just the truth. That's me being, and I'm not trying to be cocky or nothing, but like, you know, if I actually take the shit serious, like even when I battled Rosenberg Raw, I didn't take it serious. You know what I mean? And I look back on that battle. I've watched it a few times since, you know, I don't really watch my battles, but if I would have taken that serious, I could have easily destroyed him way more than I feel I did. You know what I mean? So like this battle was the most serious I ever took a battle. So I think moving forward, I'm just going to continue to keep taking it serious and, you know, try to evolve in the scene and see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, cause I had I always go into everything with no expectations because, you know, I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. You know, my thoughts going there was like, all right, what happens if I choke or I lose or whatever? You know what I mean? And it was like, well, I go back and I keep making music. Yeah. So like, it was very little pressure once I got there. You know what I mean? In my head, it was all this pressure, all this buildup. But once I got there, I felt great. I felt like I was back at home. You know what I mean?
I got a couple things. So if you do choke and you end up not doing well, you could always fall back and come on this show, which is great. You know? And then another thing is, I'm glad you have people who come out to see you, like Poison Pen and everything. I sent a shirt up to my cousin Mike, and I told him to take a picture of it. He told me to go fuck myself. So that's nice that you have people who actually like you. 3, last thing, I think that I'd love to see you battle Big K. I know that's like such a like.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Has that been said before to you? Because I think that would be like, oh my God, Clash of the Titans type shit.
I didn't even think about that.
The dude who I'm probably gonna run across if I continue to if say I win this and I get on an actual smack card, I think they'll probably put me against Glue Easy because I dissed them in this battle.
Oh jeez. Well, that's not nice of you.
Well, what did I say? I was like, you look. I said this Tory Lane shit. I was like, one night will fuck up your whole career like Tory and Meg. And I said, you look like the type that would shoot a bitch because she don't want to smash in a truck. Don't compare me to Glue Easy, bitch. I'm handsome as fuck. You know, so
you called him ugly. And
well, he is.
He's gonna sue me again because you just keep spitting these bars, and I don't have the rights to his stuff. So,
you can't air this.
Ben, before we get into some other stuff, if you guys want to do I know that we talked to you before, and one of your favorite segments last time was the gun to your head thing we did with the questions.
Yes.
Okay. So if you guys have a couple, I mean, I got a couple.
I actually don't have one.
You're good. All right, Dan, start it off.
Okay, so I'm going with your name tied into all these. So would you rather rent a mansion for a year or renew your home?
Renew my home.
Would you rather be a renowned battle rapper or a renounced rap superstar?
A renowned battle rapper. I don't want to be renounced from anything.
Yeah, so we can agree that Dan's questions were garbage.
Yeah.
So,
You'd rather have a Thompson gun or a Thompson?
I'll go next. All right, I'll let Brian finish because he's been on a roll lately, which is annoying. All right, so Ren.
Yeah.
For 1 year, would you rather wear eye black everywhere or walk around with a black eye?
Walk around with a black eye.
What, you don't want to go to the supermarket and put eye black on and shit?
You would never need sunglasses.
I know a rapper that wears guy liners, so.
That's really weird. I hope it's not Glue Easy.
Brings out his eyes.
All right. This one makes me laugh, Rena, because I picture you for some reason doing this. All right. For a year, you have to eat ice with every meal or ice skate everywhere you go.
I'm really good at ice skating, but I'd rather eat ice.
Really?
Yeah, I'm very nimble.
I just picture you putting on white skates and like skating through Clark.
Figure skating skates.
Is that Ren Thomas that I say skating?
I'm like Chaz Michael.
All right,
Go triple Lutzes.
What'd you pick? Ice
Wait, I got one.
I got two.
Oh.
You want to go?
Go on.
Oh, I'll go. Would you rather be stuck in a battle with Glue Easy or stuck in Easy Glue?
Stuck in Easy
Stuck in
Glue.
a battle.
That's my only one. I thought that 10 seconds ago.
You're good, Eric.
I thought of a similar glue one. I think it's a little bit better.
Oh, wow.
Would you rather eat a teaspoon of Elmer's glue or glue teaspoons to a guy named Elmer?
Fine, Elmer.
Teaspoons to Elmer.
Hey, Elmer, come here. I got some glue for you.
No.
Would you rather only be able to use things made in Taiwan or have to tie up a guy named Juan?
With the immigration stuff going on right now, bro, it's a little touchy subject.
If you tied up Juan, you'd be a hero.
I'm gonna use things made in Taiwan.
Nice. So let's do a Mad Libs thing here then. So you're renewing your house using stuff made in Taiwan, and you're eating ice every time you eat, and you're battling Glue Easy while you're doing it. What an amazing life for you right there.
That's a great day.
That's good. That's pretty good.
Not that bad.
If anybody could draw a picture of that, who's watching,
Don't forget about gluing spoons to a guy named Elmer.
Oh yeah, and you're gluing spoons to your pet Elmer
in your house.
He's definitely your pet. Like I picture like the Keebler elf, just some little guy named Elmer you have in a cage in the backyard.
You ever hear that song "My Pet Midget" by Benefit?
Yes, yeah, Gordo, little Gordo.
Yeah, Gordo, yeah.